from East Tennessee originally, near Knoxville, near the Great Smoky Mountains, the beauty of the mountains there. After my husband and I married, we moved to Middle Tennessee, near Nashville. My background was in education. I was a teacher for 20 years, and then I worked at the Board of Education District Office for 10 years. They had an early retirement incentive that I took, and after that I worked for the State Department of Education for a couple of years, traveling, teaching administrators how to use test data from the state testing program. And then I found calligraphy. There was an exhibit at a local art museum in Hendersonville where we live. I saw a piece done by one of my friends memorializing the firefighters from the World Trade Center. And I said, I want to learn that. And I've been doing calligraphy ever since. I love learning. I've always loved learning. I don't like to just sit and read a book just to read. I want to learn something from it. There's so much in calligraphy that's new and interesting, not necessarily new hands, but things I don't know. I want to learn as much about it as I can. I love the history of writing. I love vintage documents. I love, for instance, our archives here at IAMPA. There's just so much to see in there. When I had Heather's dedication certificate done this year, I received it from Mike Kessick. I opened it, and I just kept, every time I looked at it, I saw new things to study. Just like in the archives, every time you look at a document, there's more and more and more to study and learn. And I love the people in that. They're just the best in the world. Spencerian and Italian, and I love most of them. Those are probably my two favorites. Yeah, I try to practice as much as I can. I did envelope jobs for people for a long time. I now do more teaching and more certificate work than envelopes. I would do arts and crafts of some kind. I grew up learning to sew and knit and crochet and do all kinds of things like that. So I would be in the arts and crafts industry. I am president this year. I was president before in 2015. Our conference that year was in Franklin, Tennessee. When I became second vice president this year, my husband said, what school in the country has the most vintage and illuminated documents? And I immediately said University of Scranton Weinberg Library. So we traveled to Scranton over 2 years ago. We met with Michael Neese and Tom Costello. We talked about the possibility of that being one of our daily class sessions for IAMPA this year, to let 25 of our attendees go to the library, view the documents, take pictures of the documents. We found this wonderful hotel whose staff is just the best ever, and that's how it all came into place. It's very rewarding. It's stressful. There's a lot of details to take care of. There's a lot of, well, did you think about trying this, and that kind of thing. But I'm a very detail-oriented person, so that's just my cup of tea to do that. But it's very rewarding. I love seeing the people happy here in their classes and in the night activities. IAMPA is an international organization. We have over 1,500 members. This is our 74th conference. So we are steeped in the traditions of vintage lettering, like you said, Spencerian and those kinds of hands. Registration will open sometime in March next year Sometimes it fills very, very quickly, so those who are interested in going need to find the Amethyst website. They need to log in, they need to access it regularly. All the lessons, all the books, all the videos, all the rare materials, and then watch for the deadlines for registration. We have a newsletter that comes out 4 times a year. Bob Herford has been our editor for many years and has done a marvelous job. Watch for those deadlines and don't let the registration slip up on you. Yeah. It will next year be in San Antonio, Texas on the Riverwalk, the week of the 4th of July.
Whoa.
So, and in San Antonio, there is a huge fireworks display out on the river. So it's a fun place to be. Instead of texting, instead of sending an electronic greeting card, write it out. Address that envelope. Send a handwritten note. Write a letter. There's a young lady that was our ballroom dance teacher for several years. I write her a letter every Sunday and mail it to her. So, yeah, there's lots of ways. Write your grocery list out by hand, not just on the computer. Yeah. All kinds of